Hi, this is Andrew Rupe, agronomist with Golden Harvest, covering southern Wisconsin. We're here today at one of our agronomy in action sites, and in this particular study we are looking at some of the differences in planting, using different planting downforces with our planters. Planting downforce is one of the key considerations whenever we're looking at planting depth and placing that seed in the correct soil conditions. In this treatment I'm standing in right here, this would be our minimum downforce treatment in this study. Some of the issues that can arise with using too little downforce on your planter are the row units on the planter can actually ride up and cause some differences in planting depth. So we can have some shallower plantings in some situations, and we can have some uneven emergence with that shallower planting under some tighter soil conditions that the planter may not be able to cut through. Some of the advantages though to using a little bit less downforce on your planter is that there's less of a risk of compaction, soil compaction in and around that seed. Some of the conditions to consider going lighter on your downforce is just whenever those soil compaction issues are more of a concern. So in wetter soils or heavier clay soils, we may consider using a little bit less downforce on our planter. The heavier downforce treatment in this study, and in this, whenever we think about using a little bit more maximum downforce, some of the issues that can arise is compaction in and around that seed bed. We can get tomahawk roots that are basically restricted and only growing in one direction where that V trench of the planter cut through. And then another issue is actually closing that V trench right after planting, actually getting that soil to cave in and around that V trench, and reducing the potential to have any air pockets that may be in and around that seed. But there are some advantages to using a little bit more heavier downforce with our planter. We can get a more consistent planting depth throughout the field. We can cut through some of those tighter soil conditions that may arise, and we get a more uniform soil and moisture condition around that seed. So some situations where we may consider using more downforce is whenever compaction issues are less of a concern. Drier soils and coarser textured soils are some of those situations where we could consider using more downforce. Thank you, and that was today's Agronomy in Action Minute.